Hi, and welcome to another episode of Sneaking Into Movies. I am your host, Chris St. Jean, with my co-host, as always, Jason Tate. How are we doing, Jason?
I'm good.
Doing good. Okay, today we're going to review 2024's Borderlands, co-written and directed by Eli Roth, starring Cate Blanchett and Kevin Hart. Jason, first question, why did you recommend we see this movie?
Two Academy Award winners, Cate Blanchett
Oh.
and Jamie Lee Curtis.
Okay,
Past
that's right.
performance is not indicative of future results because this didn't remind me of Al Pacino and Robert De Niro in Heat, but pretty funny.
Okay.
And can I tell you why? Honestly, we chose this movie. I want to thank Adam Tickets, AMC Theaters, and T-Mobile Tuesdays for saving the box office with $5 movie tickets to see something in Dolby. That's why we watched.
Oh, that's what it was? Oh, Jason, I was wondering. I thought you when I paid you back, I was like, how is it so cheap? I see. You're utilizing your
corporate
premier
sponsors.
Status. Oh, okay.
Corporate sponsors.
Listen,
thank you very much.
That Dolby experience is fun, regardless of this movie or not. I mean, that's sort of worth it in itself here. Okay, so you recommended. Okay, you said you picked the movie for those reasons. Would you recommend this movie?
If you like fun, yes. If you hate fun, don't watch it. Just go pick up a book, like you tend to do.
Yes.
If you like fun and ridiculousness, please go watch this movie.
Ride. Like a theme park ride.
Yeah, it's like a roller coaster.
It's a roller coaster. Jason, honestly, there is a place for these movies. When we were talking outside of the movie, I brought up Jurassic Park 3. Is it groundbreaking? No. Is it dramatic or great? No, but it's fun enough in the theater experience. And like I said, with Dolby, if you have like that sort of level of a higher budget and you've got actual sound engineers and people designing for that type of theater experience, that's fun in itself. I mean, the movie was not great. It was not very well executed, and I can see why it would did terribly. Like, it was just trying to take the sort of camp of Eli Roth sort of style and match it with superheroes. It worked with the first Thor movie, or the one that he did, but the follow-up Thor movie did not do very well. The God of Thunder. Like, when you try to do too much camp or comedy, it doesn't work. Okay, well,
I'll agree with you, but I think that for a movie that's based on a video game, 99% of the time, it ain't going to be great.
It's not going to be great. Okay. Well, we're saving that for point 5 to talk specifically about video games. Let's move on to the next topic, and that is one Mr. Eli Roth. Co-writer, didn't write it by himself. You know what? I'm going to just say his name. His name is Joe Crombie.
Oh,
he is the other co-writer, so he has to take half the blame. And then directed by Eli Roth. Now, he is known for horror movies, some more like almost just genre films. And this is a quote-unquote genre film, but the problem for me, and this is where it all starts, like the kid stays in the picture, producer says it starts on the page, and the writing was not great. The writing was maybe meant to be more funny. I mean, listen, the robot, some of the character and the comic relief worked. As you mentioned, Kevin Hart, who was a giant comedian, he was like the second, like the backup comic relief, which was odd to see. But like, it starts with the writing and on the page, and when Cate Blanchett like starts with the narration, and she just says some throwaway line like, "If you're gonna believe that BS, come along," and I was like, "Oh God, we're in for that sort of ride here," and that's what it was. It was just fun to look at.
Can I interject?
Please.
I would say this is equivalent to a lot of the rap music that is on the radio now. You don't listen to the words. You're listening to the beat.
It's a vibe.
You're listening to the chorus. I like it. I don't even know who the people they're talking about are, but I like it.
Yes.
I feel like this movie is the exact same thing, where there was a scene where it was a ridiculous fight scene that lasted way too long, but Ace of Spades by Motorhead was playing through the whole thing. And I went, okay, well done.
Honestly,
Dialogue,
the pacing
not done well.
Okay. Listen, it's more than just the dialogue. I meant sort of the story structure as well. the action in those fight scenes, well choreographed. It was fun. It was a theme park sort of ride here, and for $5, that's actually a great value to see it there. If I would have seen it at home, it would have been like I would have been more critical. And so those kind of movies deserve. I think they deserve a sort of like theater viewing, because you can lose so much for like, again, I may not see every A24 movie in the theaters, but I want to see it. That's more of a home experience. But this kind of movie, that's a theater experience. Okay, let's transition. Eli Roth, good try. Let's talk about the acting. We got Academy.
Wait, just real quick. Do you have a favorite Eli Roth movie?
Let's go look at his IMDb for a second.
I mean, I already know what you're going to say.
Let me refresh my memory.
I know what you're going to say already.
Oh.
You're going to say Inglourious Bastard. I know you are.
Well, he's just acted in that. Yeah, Cabin Fever was fun. Planet Terror. I thought that Grindhouse movie he did with I thought his part was fun. Planet Terror was good. You know what?
Well, I'll tell you my favorite.
I'm going to say Cabin Fever. Cabin Fever was a good one.
I would say my favorite is what was the name of it? Man with the Iron Fist. The RZA, Wu-Tang.
Oh, yes. Okay,
Kung Fu reminded me
okay.
of Saturday mornings with my dad and my brothers. It was great, nostalgic, a little campy, of course, because it's Eli Roth, but
she's got some
a very good genre flick. I think he's a genre director.
Oh, for sure. Oh my gosh, yes, of course. Well, anyway, I don't know. It just almost worked. It just felt like Thor worked with that level of humor. I thought Guardians of the Galaxy really worked. And this one, like, it worked, but it just felt like a sort of like not quite good enough. And I think, in full disclosure, probably the reason it sort of did not do well financially at the box office was there's a hangover. People all spent their money on the Wolverine and Deadpool. And then they're like, well, we'll have to skip it this week.
Yeah, that was
it's
probably
a misfortunate timing. Bad timing. Just bad timing.
It's a weird timing thing where maybe you should have just put it out earlier and went, hey, look, come watch this in Dolby GDX premium formats. You're going to love it. Watch it in IMAX. It's fun. And then you can go watch Wolverine and Deadpool.
Yeah. There was Louis C.K. has this great bit about, he's like, the best part of the IMAX movie is like the countdown of the IMAX movie. The top 10, like then you sort of feel the experience of it. So that's, here. Okay, let's talk about the acting. We've got Academy Award winner Cate Blanchett, who is an amazing actress. I felt like, when you're watching, it's like, okay. I hope you got paid very well, Miss Blanchett. I hope you were handsomely rewarded for your efforts here. What did you think of the acting?
Jack Black as the robot. I forgot how funny he was. I'm going to be 100% honest. I don't watch Kung Fu Panda, so I forgot how funny he was. It's a little raunchy, a little sassy. It was the highlight of the movie for me.
It was.
And it was nice of Kevin Hart to defer and go, I'm going to be serious.
I'm going to defer to comedy.
Kevin Hart.
That's your job.
Like, you got this, Jack Black.
Yeah. I'll be frank. I actually, in full disclosure, I didn't even recognize it was Jack Black.
I had to look it up.
Okay. Well, there we go. He did a good job disappearing in that. That was funny. That part was funny. And listen, there were parts that were certainly entertaining. I don't think you can get, if it's that bad, like that new Catwoman or was it Catwoman? What was the one that was shelved?
Catwoman.
Okay.
Catwoman.
If it's that bad and you test it in front of audiences,
Batwoman.
Yes, I think Batwoman. If it tests that bad, and you'd rather not spend the money to print and promote it. So it can't be that bad. At least it's going to have some, I would hope, some redeemable factor to, like, an entity, a corporate entity, spend the money to release it.
I would say the acting was equivalent to that Australian lady, Ray Gunn, and her breakdancing attempt. Yeah. She tried. Thank you for showing up.
She has a PhD, Jason.
You have a PhD in breakdancing. Awesome. Doesn't mean you know how to breakdance. these actors, I guess it's not a kind of movie where they go, hey, you can ad lib or you can
Yeah.
rewrite. They're probably like, hey, we got 3 weeks to shoot this. Let's burn through a script.
But sometimes it's like just because it's that type of role doesn't mean you can't elevate it a little bit. And it was just, I don't know. It just felt like so, by the book. What was the one? Is it John of Mars? What was the one that was like the giant disaster years ago?
John. Yeah, I know which one.
You know what I mean? John from Mars.
Tyler gets.
Yes, I forget the exact title at the moment, but it's like same type of movie. Went through the motions, big action sort of scene, and when you watch it, you're like, I don't understand why it did so horribly, but similar to this one, very underperforming, so to speak, but just kind of by the books, like a paint by numbers sort of like story and performance there. Okay, Jason, we want to keep this going. We don't want to have it so long this time. Let's talk about the last subject, video game movies as a whole. Where does this fit in your sort of like video game, a spectrum of like, game to movie?
I expect them to be bad.
You expect them to be bad? Okay, fair.
I just expect them to be bad. I think that they run on familiarity.
Yes,
because people are familiar with it. I can't think of a good one. I could be wrong, but I can't think of a good one.
I'm gonna look up video game movies, and we have got. I don't know if I would count these. Okay, Free Guy, that was a movie.
It was
we've
a video
got the
game.
Need for Speed, Gran Turismo. I didn't see that, to be perfectly honest.
But
these are not video game movies. Jeez, hold on a second. I'm pulling up Wikipedia. We've got Super Mario Brothers back in '93.
that was terrible.
Did not. Oh gosh, that was not received well. We've got
Neither
Double
was the
Dragon.
new one.
It's true. Listen, they had a bad run here, so listen to these in a row. We got Super Mario Brothers, Double Dragon, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. Now, I did shoot a short film on the Mortal Kombat movie set, but Mortal Kombat Annihilation, Lara Croft movies. I guess that wasn't
Tomb Raiders?
the worst. Resident Evil. The Resident Evil movies did do well. Lara Croft.
I like those. I like
Doom.
Doom. Oh, terrible.
Silent Hill, Resident Evil, Hitman, Max Payne. They did a Tekken movie, Prince of Persia movie, Need for Speed. They've had a ton of these movies, and Sonic the Hedgehog. I think Sonic the Hedgehog actually did well. That was kind of fun.
Sonic was kind of funny.
Yeah. But anyway, this one, I'll be frank, I'd never played Borderlands, the video game, so I don't have a great reference to the reference material, but it's okay. Out of 5 stars, Jason, what do you give this movie?
Out of 5 stars?
And you can use, halves.
Halves, for fun factor, 4.5 for fun factor. For the actual movie,
yes,
1.5.
Okay, so are we going to average those two together? What would you get overall?
Overall, 2.
Blend it all, 2? I was going to say 2.5. It's
being generous.
It's being generous because, honestly, in full disclosure, if you wouldn't have told me it was just $5, and if it was full price, I would have given it less rating. But value for money?
Oh, value for money is a 5.
I'm just countering. Listen, in my sort of aggregate, I'm kind of counting that as well as a sort of like metric.
I could bump up to 2.5.
Okay, 2.5. We're gonna go at 2.5. So Borderlands 2024, 2.5 out of 5. Would we recommend it? Meh.
That's a theater in large format.
If you can find a $5 theater in a large format with a Dolby or an IMAX type of setting, of which you get extra benefit, go see it. If not, no. Jason, great show. Under 15 minutes. Getting better at this every time. Next time we'll do 2 in a row.
Okay.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you next time.